What's up YouTube? It's me Ragnar here with another Redstone tutorial for you guys. This time we're going to talk about pulses, ticks, and timing and all that other crap. So yeah, pulse is a term basically used to describe how long redstone is on for. So there are a couple naturally generated pulses in Minecraft with like a button. So you can see it's only on for a short amount of time. And the amount of time in Minecraft is what's called a tick. One tick is equal to like 1/10 of a second. This button, I believe, is 5 ticks, or I don't know, it's like 5 ticks or something. And when you push it, the redstone will light up for 5 ticks and then go off. So this time we're going to talk about different ways we can capture this pulse or alter it in other ways and all sorts of stuff. So before we can start doing that though, you need to have a very simple tool at your disposal. And this tool is the redstone repeater. And basically what it is it acts just like things we built last episode that extend the pulse or the length of the redstone, because it only lasts 15 blocks. And it also has a nifty little feature where if you right click it, you can adjust the timing on it. Each of these little things is 1 tick. So right now it'll have a 1 tick delay, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, 4 ticks. So I'm going to line a bunch of them up here on our button pulse, and you can actually see how the pulse goes. So if I delay them to 3 ticks each, it should take about 1.2 seconds for the pulse to get to the end. And there you go. That's how the redstone repeater is. So let's talk about properties of repeaters. Let's say I have a repeater going like this. So I have a line of repeaters going on. You'll notice that this guy is facing the opposite direction of this guy. Let's see what that does. It looks like he isn't sending power anyway. Why don't we try putting him this way? No. What about this way? Nope. What about this way? There we go. So, let's try powering it from the other end. Huh. So basically what's happening here is redstone repeaters only receive power from one direction, and they only send power in the opposite direction. So you can use them to like have parallel currents, and they won't interact at all like this. So these guys aren't going to affect each other at all. Or you can use it to have like a one-way power transmitter. Alright, here I have something really interesting set up, and it is a bunch of repeaters going into a block surrounded by redstone. So I'm going to power it, and we'll see what happens. Well, it looks like all the redstone lit up. And that is because what these repeaters do is they essentially turn this block into a redstone torch disguised as a block. So I can put a block up here, and it'll power it, basically. So we can transmit power through blocks using redstone repeaters. Now the next thing we're going to do with repeaters is we're going to make a clock. You may have heard of people talk about like a 5 clock or a 6 clock or something. All that basically means is how many repeaters they have. So for a 5 clock, we need 5 repeaters. Surprise, surprise. So I'm going to delay these a bunch just so it's easier for you guys to see the pulse going. And then I'm just going to put a simple button pulse into it. So I'll just pop down a button. Boom. Now we can see it's going to go around repeatedly, and it'll never ever stop. So now we have a clock, and this clock is just going to rotate the redstone current all the way around, and just going to keep going and going and going. So I can get rid of this button, and I can attach the output here, and you can see it'll go on and off for like the same amount of time. And you can use this for cool things like so here I have a note block attached to the clock here. So it's just going to keep on playing this note over and over again. And it'll keep playing it as long as the clock keeps going. Now we're going to learn two simple ways to extend a pulse and shorten a pulse, using those two things we just talked about. So this circuit I have set up here will shorten a pulse to 1 tick. The amount of delay is determined right here on this guy affecting the piston. As we just learned, redstone repeaters can transmit power through a block. So what's going to happen is when this switch is flipped, this is going to go through here before this guy goes, and then right afterwards this guy's going to go and the power circuit will be cut off. So right now there's a 1 tick difference here, so there'll be a 1 tick pulse coming out the other end. So I'm going to flip the switch here and we'll see that in action. And yes, we have a much shorter pulse coming through here than we do over here. I'm going to quicken these repeaters up so you can actually see how ridiculously fast this pulse is. So I shortened the repeaters up so you can actually see what a 1 pulse clock looks like. That's what it looks like. It's kind of crazy. But as we can see here, this guy is still going, and this thing over here isn't receiving any power. That's because power can't go through this because it isn't a real block. The next circuit we're going to learn is going to increase the pulse. So now we have a much simpler circuit, and it's going to actually increase the length of the pulse we send through it. And all it is a 0 tick delay repeater and a maximum delay repeater. So what's going to happen is this guy's going to finish, and this guy's still going to have a current in it, and it's going to result in a current that's actually longer on this side than it is on this side. So I'm just going to flip this switch here like boop, boop. And we can see how a 1 tick pulse managed to go around in this loop, whereas over here this actually completed the entire circuit, and it's still like it's just full. But this circuit is versatile just like the last one. I'm gonna increase it even more by just adding another like delayed repeater here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip the switch, flick it off, and you can see how after I'd flicked it off, this side's still going. Try and get a better angle here. There's a much longer current on this side than on this side. Well, anyways, now you know what a clock is, how to build one, how to capture a pulse, how to extend a pulse, and how to shorten a pulse. And you also learned a bit about redstone repeaters. So that'll be it for this episode, and I'll see you guys next time.